Hi everyone, I'm back. And now what I'm going to do, I'm cooking some ground beef. So there's a couple of ways that we can cook ground beef. We can make a hamburger or we can put it in skillet meals. So prior to putting the ground beef in the pan, I use a cooking spray. If you don't have a nonstick pan like this one is, you're going to want to have a spray because it is going to stick. So that's the first thing. The second thing that you're going to do, you're going to want to either have a spatula, or I have an extra little tool, and that is a mashed potato smasher. And this helps break out the ground beef in smaller areas. And you definitely want a meat thermometer because that's really important to ensure that the final cooking temperature of the ground beef is 160 degrees. The other piece of the whole puzzle on cooking is you don't want to turn your skillet all the way to super high because that's not an effective way of doing it. You want to have a medium heat when it comes to cooking ground beef in a skillet. So, helpful tips on cooking ground beef. One, you kind of want to move it around in the pan a little bit and break it down because you want all of the ground beef to be done. Sometimes people say wait until the pink is gone, but that's not an accurate measure of temperature. You want to use a thermometer. And a thermometer is really important because the proper cooking temperature to ground beef is 160 degrees. So you want to constantly move it around, break it down into smaller crumbles. And as you see here, the ground beef is getting nice and cooked. We still have a little pink in here, and as I mentioned, this is not a good indication that everything is going to be fully cooked. The only indication is a meat thermometer. Now there's a couple types. I like this type. It's super fast. I am an impatient person, don't like to wait a long time. Or a stem thermometer, and you gotta wait for that little stem to go all the way to 160 degrees. Now the properly temp ground beef is I would get it into a nice pile here and put it right in that middle. And find maybe a little thicker piece in which to put it in. And sure enough, folks, we got 160 degrees.